This is the junction leading to the popular Kubwa village market where the inferno occurred on the 5th of November 2021, claiming about 7 lives and several others injured and sent to the hospital. They are still receiving treatment. But right now behind me, there are some shanties on the roadside which, according to reports, caused some of the inferno, like the market woman who was selling kerosene that led to the explosion was selling just by the roadside. And the Federal Capital Territory Administration has said that those shanties will be cleared so we don't have the obstruction and also incident like this occurring by the market side. So we are here to see what the level of development has been since it happened on the 5th of November rather, and what the demolition is like. Is this just shanties or shops inclusive? Let's take a look.
Fire outbreak from a kerosene-laden tanker in Kubwa killed many, and property worth fortunes were destroyed. Few days after more than 7 persons were burnt to death by explosion, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has begun the demolition of about 100 illegal shops and shanties built around the Kubwa village market. The exercise, according to the Ministerial Committee on City Sanitation, is initiated to correct contraventions that have constituted environmental nuisances to avoid eventually like the latest fire incident. Some shop owners affected by the demolition speak with us.
I have a shop around this Kubwa village market that was demolished. Within 48 hours we were given notice. It was just like a joke, like we didn't expect them coming because the time they gave us was just too short, 48 hours. So some were saying that it's because of the explosion that happened here, but we didn't see the link between the explosion and this demolition that is done. And now the government tells us to practice entrepreneurship, be self-employed. So them coming to demolish our shop within 48 hours without any prior notice, what we don't understand. Where are we going to practice the entrepreneurship being taught in school? Okay, some of them are telling us to enter inside the market. The price shop in the market isn't being regulated. Even those people that died here, there are some people that demolished their shop now that are still affected in that fire incident. What has the government done to even compensate them in the first place? Now they cause them more pains by coming within 48 hours to demolish the shop here now. Have they even found out to trace what caused this explosion? Some say it's fuel, some say it's kerosene. Okay, where did they get this kerosene from? Did the government try to trace down that place to know that, okay, so that future occurrence, nothing was done just to come down to demolish the shop? What we don't understand, demolishing this shop, what link does it have with the explosion? It's just frustrating these people that are involved in this same explosion again. That is what the government of the day is doing. So what do they want from? Where do they want us to start from now?
The government just gave us 24 hours to park from this arena. Before we know, they came to start demolition. Because we heard that what happened is that they say because of the fire outbreak. The fire outbreak is not the cause of this demolition, not because of these people gathering here. The government, because I heard that the minister said they should park all the tanks around the markets, all general market. But before we know, they came with trucks, demolished all our livelihood. From here now, how will we survive? Because this thing that we are doing now is our income here. Most of us here, most of us have shop here because they say we should go inside the market and trade because they are giving us space. The shop in the market is too much. It's too much. 1.2. We will open space 350 for a common man to start something in Nigeria. It's too much. So if the government, what the government wants for is to know, is it they want the standard shop for us or what? Let's know, because this place cannot be like that. It's somehow too open for us. Let us know what the government wants for us, because we cannot live here and go to the market because the market is too much. It's too much for rentage.
I have a shop that was demolished, as you can see, just behind me here, and we are left with no shop, there was no one that was able to give us, a leverage. In a civilized country whereby this kind of thing happen, they're supposed to give a leverage whereby you'll be given an option of what to use. You understand? But we're not given an option. Nothing. We're now left there. We are left stranded on a season market. Do you understand? This is a season whereby we also to make money for the Christmas period and the New Year as well. But now we are now stranded. So what do they want us to do now?
Some survivors of the inferno are still very much in shock as they share with us their experience and how the incident has greatly affected them financially and psychologically.
It was so terrible. Even that day, as I done making one lady hair, I finished making her hair. After making, me and my sister, because both of us were hairstylists. After finishing the hair I was making that day, we left. After 15 minutes after, then called us on phone that fire is burning particular here. He was wondering, say, what's the cause of the fire? We now return back and see that it's a woman that sells kerosene here, that the kerosene explode, and the way this thing explode, we don't know where fire from, and enter into the kerosene and fire everywhere. And why the fire affected these people is because of they are selling materials and clothes. That's why the fire didn't enter those people, but it came straight to here and affected them. And it killed many people, like almost 20-something people that the fire affected. Even the lady, the girl that came there to come and buy clothes to wear, the fire burned the girl to ashes in the front of the shop. So the thing was so terrible. To the extent, even me, since that day is today that I get myself for me to come and see whether I can find something, because I'm a hustler. I hustle. I call people to come and make their hair. Do you understand? So I'm a hustler. So just today I just came up for me to come and know whether I will see one or two people I will make hair for.
I was just crying and say, is that how God loved me? Because I was inside when this thing happened. And those two drums, when this thing exploded, those two drums came here with fire. And there's my generator is also burned. So when that thing started, I was already running inside safe, but there's no exit at the back. And now come back and I follow this, there's exit here, I just follow you around. Even because there's some my goods here. So I don't run outside. I still get mine to come back and push the door of my shop, close the two doors. It's only things from here, all of them burned.
An inferno occurred here on the 5th of November 2021, no doubt. Demolition and getting rid of traders by the roadside ongoing. But the question on a lot of traders' lips is, will the government fish out the perpetrators if truly an adulterated kerosene was served to the woman who was involved in the inferno that gutted life and a lot of people sent to the hospital? Also, they're asking, what is the way forward? How will the common man on the streets survive with the level of demolition going on in the market? Martia Umar, Trust TV News, Abuja.